Hey everybody, welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. Today we're going to be working on this little Honda push mower that I have here. I know it looks kind of clean now because I'm doing this intro after I've done a lot of work on the mower. I forgot to record the intro, so this is kind of out of sync, so you'll notice that when I go to pull it out of the shed, it's a lot dirtier and in a lot worse shape. But what we're going to do is I want to sell this mower because it's one that we've had in the shed for a while. I don't use it anymore since we got the zero turn. So this video is going to be about cleaning the mower up, servicing it, fixing a couple of things that are wrong with it, and then we're going to put it on Facebook Marketplace and see if we can sell it. So let's get to it. And then behind, you may notice this generator behind. I have a friend who's watched some of my generator repair videos, so he sent me this wind generator, inverter generator, to work on. It's not running, so that'll be another video. So if you're interested in that, that video will be coming up. So again, remember to subscribe so that you'll keep up to date with all the videos. And if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up. Helps the channel out a lot. Helps us grow, helps me know that you're liking the content I'm making. So let's get at working on the mower. Here we are out at our little shed that has the mower. And of course the chickens always want to come over. They're nosy. They want to see what's going on. But let's see where the mower is. Okay, this is where we keep all the junk, and the mower is back here in the corner. See the bottom of it there? So I've got to dig it out of all of this mess here. So I'll pull the big mower out, and then I'll start moving some of these buckets around, and we'll see if we can get that one out. Here's the mower we're going to work on. It's a mower that we've had for years and years. We had it at our old house before we bought this land and built this house. So we've been out here, I think, 5 years now. So this is, we used it a little bit when we first got out here before we bought the zero turns. So it's been setting for at least a year or two, and I don't believe I drained the gas or did anything to it before I parked it. So it's probably going to need the carburetor cleaned out. You can see it's pretty dirty. So let's take it into the garage and clean it up and see if we can get it running. And then we're going to put it up for sale. We've got it back over to the garage now. Let's give it a quick blow off and get some of this debris off of it. Okay, let's also give it a quick wash while we're out here. So when I washed the mower, this sticker for the mulch arm came off, and it was already curled up, and I have no idea whether this can be fixed or not, but I got an idea to maybe try to use my heat gun to heat it up a little bit and see if I can straighten it back out. So let's try it. I don't know. It's already kind of messed up, so it shouldn't. If it goes awry, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So let's see. Got my Protect heat gun here. Let's turn it on and see how this does. Whew, yeah, gets hot really quick. So I don't know, this may make it curl up even more. Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, it's like really, I don't know if that's going to help it or hurt it. It's kind of, you know how when you get plastic hot, it wants to curl up. Let me see if I can unroll this. Let's see. I don't know if any of you have ever run into this and tried to fix old stickers or not. Yeah, I don't know. Kinda, sorta. Let's see if I can unroll this and heat it up a little bit more. Sure doesn't take much. Well, a little bit. Just kind of want to get it straightened back out enough to glue it back on, and that might have done it there. Looks pretty good now. I think with some glue I can get it to stick back on to the mower. I got this idea also to take a piece of clear tape like this and see if I can then stick this onto it to straighten it out a little bit better. Don't know if that'll work or if I'm going to make a mess, but we're going to try it if I can find the end to this. Okay, let's see if I can put this here now. I can get it to stay there. Let me unplug my... Oh man. Get that out of the way. Put my tape here. All right, now let's see if I can lay this down on top. So we'll start here. Oh, what a boob I am. Well, that would have worked nicely if I would have started, got it straight. But I went off to the side a bit. Let's take our X-Acto knife here and cut this. So that did pretty good. Now I just need to take a piece and get this last little piece here, or I messed it up. Let's see. Just like that. There we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Now all I have to do is kind of cut around it. And it should be fine. I think what I'll do is go ahead and glue it down, leave this tape on, glue it down to the mower, and then I can then trim that tape later. Let's try that. So here I am out at the mower. Let me put some super glue on the back of this. And we'll see if this will work to glue it back down. Alright, let's try that. Let's see if we can get it on here. Alright, let's see if that works. And then what I'll do once that dries is just come back around and trim that with a razor blade. Yeah, let's see how it works. I've just got a utility knife blade here. Let me see if I can trim this. Kind of hard to get in there. Let's see how that works. Hey, that did pretty good. There we go. Let's see, get this little piece off here. This piece come off here. Yep. Trim this side. And then I'll just go ahead and trim this front piece. Okay, that didn't do too bad. Now, I don't know if that super glue is going to hold that or not, but at least it's back on there, nice and flat, so we'll just see how it works. Another area I want to work on is these little pads that are in the I don't know what you would call that. This is what makes the mower go. The go button. They're peeling off here because the adhesive is giving loose on them. So I'm going to try to get those off and reseal those. I'm going to, again, use the heat gun. Let's see if I can heat them up. Well, it's not taking a whole lot. These are just peeling out. So it looks like it has some double-sided tape of some sort in there. So I'll see if I can get that out. Whew. Man, this heat gun gets hot. Okay, so I've got that out. Let me get this one off. Whew, that stinks. Get that off my finger. And I'll clean this out, and then we'll put some glue in there and glue these back in. This one's stuck a little better. There we go. So I'll clean this up with a little Goo Gone, and then we'll see if we can get these back in. So I've got some Goo Gone here. Let's see if I put some of that in there and in there. If I can get that sticky stuff out of there, clean it up a bit. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think we got it. But I'm going to use a little bit of cleaner now and get that Goo Gone off of there. Let's see. way I think hope the glue will stick a little better. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Let's see if we can clean up the little pads now. We'll glue that back in. So I've got everything cleaned up now. This is nice and clean. I have my little rubber pieces cleaned up. So what I'm going to do is glue these back in. I've got some E6000 glue. I think I've used this before on the channel. And this is really awesome glue. It's kind of rubbery and tacky, so it's really good to glue stuff like this down. Get it out. Let me see. There we go. Okay, put this little bad boy in there. There we go. Move it around a little bit. Then I'm going to put a piece of tape over it. Just some blue painter's tape to stick it down so it doesn't curl up. While it dries. There we go. Now let's do the other side. All right, we'll leave those dry and then we'll peel that tape off later. And hopefully they'll be nice and stuck. Got one other sticker here that I want to try to repair too. It's for the oil dipstick. It's coming off, so I'm going to take some more of the E6000 and just put it on a little roofing nail or a paneling nail I have here and see if I can get it back behind there nice. Okay, then I'll do it. And I'll do the same thing. Push this up. Alright. That should do good. And I'll do the same thing. I'll put a little piece of tape over it. Try to hold it down. Then I'll peel, when I peel it off, I'll peel it from this bottom side here so as not to peel the sticker back off with it. Okay, that should do it. So another thing that's going on with the mower is I believe the throttle cable has come out here because I moved this. Nothing moves on the other side. And I can see the cable right there. Looks like it's kind of just caught up in the inside where it's not supposed to be. So let's take this off and see if we can correct that problem. To get the throttle a little bit easier, I'm gonna lift this handle up. And the way you do that is you just twist these two little pins here. And when you twist that, it's got a cam, kind of a cam action. It retracts some pins that stick out there and allows you just to lift this handle up. So if you see this when I put it back, see how that pin sticks out? That just locks it into place or allows you to lift it up for storage. Now we can get to this a little bit easier. All All right, let's see if we can get this off. This is a 10mm nut here, and I'm going to hold it on the other side. It's got another little nut on the other side, which is 10mm. And let's see. Man, that's tight. There we go. So we got that out. There's a washer here too. Let me see if I can get this washer out. Okay. Set those to the side. And let's see. There's the cable. You can see it there. The head of that cable should connect into this little bracket here. So I'm not quite sure how that got out of there. Let me see if I can get a screwdriver or a pair of needle-nose pliers. Let's see. Try not to mess the cable up. All right, let me just go ahead and pull this thing all the way out so that I don't have to really... There it is. There we go. Okay, so there's the head of the cable. That should pull up. It's a little tight, so maybe I'll spray some WD-40 down in that and see if we can loosen that up a little bit. Not sure if this comes off of here. Got the screw out of it. You'd think that would just pop right off now. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, you had to lift up on it. It had a little hook here, so you had to lift up. And it looks like we got some dirt daubers in there, so I'll go ahead and clean those up while we're here also. Let's do a little cleaning here so we can get the dirt daubers out of it. And now that I've got that cleaned up, I see that this comes apart there by taking out a Phillips head screw. There's a Phillips head screw right down in here. So let's take this out. This should let this whole mechanism come apart, and then we'll check it and clean it. Yeah, there we go. And this has a spring in it. Oh yeah, it's got some spider webs and some things. So yeah, let's clean this up and then we'll reassemble everything. In the meantime, I'm going to spray some WD-40 down in the cable here and see if I can loosen that up a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I can see the mechanism at the end moving now, where the throttle is. Okay. So I've got everything nice and clean now, and let's reassemble it. It goes like this. And then this piece sits on top. Then you have your spring, and then there's this little metal shaft that goes through. Now this shaft, it was a little bit rusty. I've cleaned it up, and it had a little bit of grease on it right here. So I'm just going to put a small dab of grease back on there. I'm sure that was to help it just spin a little bit easier. Oops. I was going to say I'm not going to put much, but there you go. I think I might have put a little too much, but I'll wipe off the excess. Don't want too much on there because I don't want it attracting dirt. Just want it inside the little area there. So that should be good. Be all you need. So let's put things back together. We've got this piece sets on top, and you got your spring, and this little piece that slides through. There you go, like that. Now we got to put our cable in. So the cable sits down in this groove here. See this little notch? So it just pops down in there, and then it should go into this gray piece. Maybe I should put it in the gray piece first. So let's start by putting our cable into our little piece here. And this just kind of goes in to this hole like this. If you haven't done these before, this little barrel thing sticks in here. And then the cable goes around the outside like that. Now we need the second piece, this piece. You'll see this cable has a like a little flared head on it. It goes into this slot here, like that. There we go. And then we need to put our spring back in and our shaft. So we got our spring here, goes back in, and then this little shaft goes through like that. And then we put the top on. And again, I want to make sure this doesn't come out of here like it just did. Make sure that's all down in there tight like that. Then that goes back on. Okay, and then we'll put our screw back in the back. Our Phillips head screw. Okay, so that's all. Oops, I lost my shaft out of there. Lost that little metal thing out of there. Make sure that stays in. Okay, so that should do it. We just need to put it back onto the mower now. So let's get it back on the mower. Remember, it had this little hook here that just hooks into this square hole. And then you push it down. And then we should be able to put our screw or bolt back through. There we go. And then we have a washer. Then we have our nut. And then we just tighten everything back up and we should be good. And that metal shaft that goes through there, I believe, is really to help to prevent you from crushing the plastic, because that metal shaft is it's kind of in between there. You don't have to tighten that super tight, but I think you can see now, if I move the camera over a little bit, that we have our cable is back in the slot here. And so then when we operate our throttle, now I think that cable still needs to be, maybe it's not the cable, it may be the spring at the bottom, but that's how that works. Down here at the bottom is where that throttle cable connects. And I'm wondering if it's this that's tight and needs a little bit of lubrication, or if the other does. So as you see, this is pushing it all the way up to fast, and when I pull it back to slow, it doesn't seem to want to pop back. I'm going to start by removing the throttle cable here. And what I like to do when I'm doing this is I like to mark where it was, just so I can put it back at the same place and know that it's close. So I just took a Sharpie and put a little mark here. So when I am putting it back together, I can make sure I put it in a similar spot. Doesn't have to be perfect, but in a similar spot. Now I'm going to pull this out. Take my needle nose pliers and just rotate this around, and it should come out just like that. Now, let's see. Yeah, so this should just spring back. Got some Teflon dry lube here too. Let's try some of this. See how it works. That seems to be a lot better. Okay, so let's tighten that bolt back up and see, put our cable back in and see how that does. Yeah, that seems to be a lot better. Now, maybe I can get this cable down. There we go. Okay. Now let's put our retainer back on. Let's pull it back to where our line was, but I think I've wiped it off now. But I think it was about right there. Okay, let's see how it works with the handle now. Yeah, that's perfect. It's moving freely now. So that's full throttle, that's low, and then when you pull it back, it goes to stop. Take a look at the air cleaner and see what we got going on there. I've got one ordered for it. Oh yeah, we definitely need that to be replaced. So I've got one ordered for it. It should be in a day or so, and we'll pick back up there. I'm also going to need to, I'm sure, clean the carburetor because this has been setting for quite a while, and that's going to have to be done. So we'll pick that up too. Let's go ahead and pop this air box off, and so we can get to the carburetor, and we'll take a look at it and see what kind of shape it's in. And these may look like awful long bolts, so they may hold the carburetor on with the air box. So I'm going to pull these off kind of gingerly so as not to pull everything off. And we got a wire up here that I got to clip out. There we go. Slide these two out. Let's see what we got here. Okay, and we got a tube on the back that I need to pull off. There we go. And that could use some cleaning up, and this carb could use some cleaning up. When I was reassembling the carburetor, I realized that the easiest way to do this was to take off that entire throttle plate so that everything would come off together. I'll point to it with an arrow here. So I want to be sure try not to damage the gaskets. Okay, so that came off. This just lifts off of there. And we got these two little wires back here, connections. Take it off. Let's see, take that down. Okay. Let's see if we can get these off. Also got a tube down here on the bottom. That's the gas line, so let's turn our gas line off. That's off, yep. And I can smell the gas. It's pretty stinky. Like I said, this mower has been setting for a while. Let's see if I can get that off. See if we can get these two off first. Yeah, it's not wanting to move too much with the gas line on, so let me get that gas line off of there. Oh, I see it's got a clip. Get this clip back. That thing doesn't even want to come back. What's going on? Come on. Let's see if I can get this off of here without bending it. There we go. And then get this little spring off. There we go. Now let's see if I can get this out from under there and get this gas line off. There we go. Let me see here. There we go. Now she's coming. All right. Let's go take a look at this carburetor and see what we got. All right, let's see what we have here. It's a little bit dirty. It's got fuel in it for sure. Let's see if we can get this bowl off. Okay. That's coming off. Let me get something to catch this fuel in. Yeah, that fuel looks kind of yucky for sure. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the bowl off here now. Kind of stuck on. See if I can get this gasket off here without tearing it up. I want to tear it up right there. All right, there we go. Got it off. Still in good shape. All right, let's see if we can get the bowl off of here. It doesn't want to come off. There we go. All right. Let's see. It doesn't look too bad in there. think we may be able just to clean this up and get her going. Let's see what we got here. The float is loose, so that's good. Probably just take some carb cleaner and clean this up, and she may be good to go. Let's see if we can get this pin out. There it comes. I want to grab it up there because I don't want to mess it up with the pliers. Okay, there's our float. All right. Let's see if we can clean this up a bit, and we'll take a Venture and see the fuel that was in it. Looks pretty nasty, but I don't see any water in it. We don't have any rust or anything in here, so we may be okay. All right, I think I've got everything cleaned up as good as I can, minus a ultrasonic cleaner. So let's see if we can reassemble everything here. Let's get our float, get our little there we go, get that in there. Oops, and I just dropped it off. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can get it back in there now. There we go. Get our pin back through. Yep, that's going in much better than it came out. Okay. And then our bowl, cleaned it up a bit. It looks better now. Put it back on. Got our screw here for our nut that goes back on there. And there's our good old number 10. All right. I didn't mess with anything else. I didn't take any of this main jetting or anything out, so I'm hoping it's okay. We'll put it on, try it, see how it runs. If it doesn't, we can definitely take it back off and do some more work on it. But let's try that for right now. I'm going to take this entire plate off here because I think that's going to be easier and just put it all back on at one time than to try to line everything up behind this plate. So let me take this off. Okay, so that's out. And now I think I can easily put everything back together and then slide it on as one piece with this one bolt, as opposed to trying to line up all kind of other bolts at the same time. So let's do that. And let's get this air cleaner back on there. Goes like that. So let's get our hose connected. Okay. And get our carburetor up here. This piece up. All right, let's see if this works any better than it did before. I'm trying to get everything lined up at one time. Let's leave that off for right now. Okay, got that going. We got this one going. All right, let's put our gasket on. There we go. All right, we got our gasket on. Let's see, this little hose came off, so let's get it pushed back on there. Well, doesn't seem to want to stay on there now. I'll put that on later. I think that'll be an easy. Let's get the carburetor back on. Okay. So, I got everything there except for this auto choke. Let's get it in place. And let's see if we can get the bolts up through everything here. There we go. Do I have it in there? Is it going? Got this one started, I believe. Yeah, so that one's going. I can't see behind there. Okay, I think that one's going now. Okay, that was easier than trying to work with that and get that up on there. Let me get my little kill switch wire clipped back in place here. I think. Why does that want to be a pain? There we go. Got that. Let me get this hose back on the back, this breather here. That might be a pain now. Okay, so I finally got that hose on there. Had to pull some of this loose and kind of get back behind there to get that hose on, but got it on now. So all we have to do is put this last bolt in here and button it up. We should be ready to put some gas in it and try it. Okay, everything's tight. Got everything back together. So let's put some gas in it and see what she does. Going to put a whole lot in it to start with because I want to make sure that float, everything is working. Okay, that's probably good right there. Okay, make sure we have no leaks or drips down there. At the carburetor side. And it all looks good so far. Do I have it on? Let's see. Okay, I believe that's on. Let's see if we get any kind of drips or leaks. In the meantime, I just took my air compressor and blew this air filter out for right now. I've got another one ordered on the way, along with another spark plug. So when that comes in, we'll put that on, which will be a couple of days my time, but for you, it might just be a few seconds. But let's stick this one in there for now. And all right, let's see. I don't see any leaks, so let's see if she'll crank up. How many pulls you think it's going to take? Let me back up here. I'll take it outside also. While we're out here, let's go ahead and take this tape off that we had on to hold those little rubber pieces down. Should be dry by now. It looks like it is. That looks good. That one done? Yeah. Okay. That looks good. And I'll take this one off over here on the engine too, where we put this, glue this other little sticker back down. That looks good also. All right, let's see what happens. Let's give her a little go-go juice there. Don't think we have, that's the blade control. Yeah, so I don't think we have to do anything to, let's see what happens. Look at there, first crank. Pretty spiffy. Let's see if the traction control works. Yeah, the traction seems to work nice too. Look at that. Wow. All right, runs pretty good. And it cranked on the first pull. So I think that's a winner. I still have to change the spark plug. I'm going to change the oil. And I'm going to change the air filter. So let's do that. I received my new air filter in the mail today. And my new spark plug. So we'll go ahead and change those out, and that'll be the last things we need to do to get this mower freshened up. Let's go ahead and pop the old one out, and I will compare the two just to make sure they are the same, and they do indeed look the same. So let's just pop this one in. There we go. Put the case back on. The cover rather. There we go. Snap it back into place and we're done. Let's change the spark plug now. This spark plug is a 13/16 plug, and I do have a little spark plug socket. I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but it has a piece of foam in there that protects the porcelain part of the spark plug. So let's just pull this cap off. Boy, that's on there tight. Come on. There we go. Whew. All right, so let's pop this old one out and we'll put the new one in. All right, let's give her a little tight. No, it doesn't take a whole lot. There we go. And reinstall our boot. And I heard it click onto there. So that should get it. So we're back on our little Honda push mower rehab today. I did get the blades in. So I think the final thing we need to do is replace the blades, and I think it'll be ready to go. Let's check our new blades here and see what we've got in the box. Make sure it's the right ones before we go through the effort of taking the old ones off. Some genuine Honda blades. This is a kind of an interesting mower. It comes with the two blades that does the mulching and stuff. So let's see. Yeah, these look like the right replacement blades. So let's go ahead and put those on. Let's see if we can get these old ones off here. This is I checked previously, and this is a 14 millimeter nut here. Let's see. The first time I've changed these kind of blades, so I think it's probably this. All right, there's one. Come on, baby. Whoa, there we go. All right, so this is a clutch here, and I assume this giant nut here is what holds the clutch. So while we have this up in the air and the blade's off, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up a little bit under here and get some of that old grass off. Let's see if we can clean up some of this old grass that's under here. All right. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and put our new blades on. And just need to pop this little sticker out here. And those go on just like that. Okay, and let's get our bolts ready. right. Let's go ahead and give her a little tight. Okay. And that's all there is to it, to put the new blades on. So I think we're ready to do some cutting. Just noticed there's some more grass down here on the bottom. I'm gonna try to clean that up while I have it stood up. Oh, it's not just grass. It's, I think we've run into some baling string or something here. It's all wrapped around the drive axle. So let's see if we can get that off. There we go. Now it's coming out. All right. Got that all out. Let's see what we got up in here, all packed up. Let me see if I can get that out. There we go. Got a stick here. Blower, and I'll blow some of this stuff out of here. Let's see. So there we go. We got a fresh set of blades on it, and we're ready to do some cutting. Okay, well that's it. That's rehabbing this little Honda push mower. Hope you enjoyed the video. I did realize when I was editing the video, I didn't film the oil change. So I missed that. I can't do it now because it's got new oil in it and I don't want to dump that out and just to demonstrate the oil change. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you hung around this long, really do appreciate it. And until next time, take care and we'll see you next time on Thistle Hill Farmstead.